Go, go, Ash! Go, go, Richie! Yeah, that's right. I made it on the Pokemon anime. You may be asking, where are you? Well, you see that pixel right there? Well, that's not me. I'm over here. Today I got tasked with a very important job. I will be ranking all of Ash Ketchum's Kanto Gym Battles from worst to best, while also giving a rating of 1 to 10 for each battle. There are 8 gym leaders in Kanto, and Ash actually had a rematch with half of them, which leaves us with a total of 12 gym battles to go through. So without further ado, let's make our way to Pewter City. Ash's first gym battle comes against Brock, who is here to show us the strength that gym leaders are supposed to have. These battles are much harder than your typical trainer battles, and it also showed us a different side of Brock before the character development. Before the battle begins, Brock almost permanently feints Ash by having the gym field close on him, which he just narrowly avoids. It's a 2-on-2 battle with Ash going with Pikachu and Brock going straight in with Onix. The battle is quite literally Onix using a bind on Pikachu, and Pikachu is unable to damage Onix due to its quote-unquote weak electric attack, or maybe it's a type immunity, who knows. Regardless, Ash can overcome this and decides to forfeit as he doesn't want to see Pikachu suffer anymore. This battle was quite literally 1 minute and 30 seconds, and objectively speaking, I'd have to give this battle a 2 out of 10. This battle shows how outclassed and in over his head Ash was, but it also showed us that Brock is a trainer worthy of being a gym leader. To cut to the chase, here are my standards for rating each battle. 1. I'll be rating these battles as if I was in the stands at each of their battles, and I don't know either one of these trainers, so I'll just subjectively rate them. 2. Because each of these will be rated as a spectator, I won't be taking any build-up that each of these battles had or how it affected Ash moving forward. After his forfeit to Brock, Ash decided to do some training and rematch him in the same episode. This one is also going to be a 2-on-2, but both trainers decide to lead with different Pokemon. Brock goes with Subscribe as it's the best way to get updates on future uploads before deciding to go with Geodude instead. To Ash's credit, all of his Pokemon are literally weak to Brock at this point, so he doesn't really have a correct choice in terms of which to use. Since Pidgeotto can't damage Geodude, he is quickly knocked out and Ash sends out Pikachu. Pikachu comes in and one-shots the Geodude with a Thunderbolt, which means that type immunities don't really exist as long as you're strong enough. With Geodude knocked out, Brock sends in his Onix once again. Pikachu sends out another powerful electric attack, but he has no control over it, causing it to break rocks and set the sprinklers on fire. Onix gets Pikachu in a bind, and once again Pikachu is unable to break out of it and looks like it's fainted. The sprinklers go off and a wet Onix is now able to be damaged by Pikachu, but Ash is unable to let the final command go off due to Brock's siblings and Ash forfeit stating that he wants to win fair and square. I think this battle gets a 4 out of 10. The battle itself was basically one-shots, but I found it commendable that Ash had an opportunity to win, but decided that he didn't want to win that way, and as a spectator, I gotta respect that. Misty vs Ash was another 2-on-2 battle. Ash goes to send out his Pikachu, which has a type advantage and should make this battle easy, but Pikachu doesn't want to battle against his friend, so Ash sends out Butterfree instead. This is Butterfree's first and only gym battle. Misty sends out a Staryu and the battle begins with both Pokemon trading blows and dodging as many attacks as possible. Misty tries to land the Water Gun on Butterfree, but misses all of its attacks and Butterfree lands a Stun Spore on it. Staryu easily washes it off in the water and starts launching tackles from within the water. Eventually it's too much for Butterfree and he starts drowning, so Ash had to recall it. Ash sends out his Pidgeotto and Misty recalls her Staryu for Starmie. Pidgeotto goes for a strong Whirlwind, but it gets avoided as Starmie jumps in the water and also tries to land tackles from within it. Starmie is basically out of energy when Team Rocket interrupts and the battle is over. As a bystander, this battle was fine for an original series battle up until Team Rocket started their trend of interrupting Ash's Kanto Gym Battles. And unlike future battles, they won't be resuming this one, so it just ends here. This one had potential to be much better, but I'll be giving this one a 3 out of 10. Lieutenant Surge was a simple one-on-one battle having Pikachu go against his evolution in the form of Raichu. Pikachu starts off with a Thunder Shock, but Raichu is too powerful and he just absorbs the electric attack. Raichu counters with its own Thunder Shock and Pikachu faints. Or, I guess not. Pikachu stands back up, determined more than ever to defeat Raichu. Lieutenant Surge wasn't having any of it though, and just beat Pikachu with a Mega Kick and Mega Punch combination. This was super similar to Ash vs Brock's first battle, but I slightly enjoyed this one more. This is a 2 out of 10 for how one-sided it was, but it was better than the first gym battle. But of course, their battle can't just end there, they need to have a rematch, and just like with Brock, it happened in the same episode. This time, however, no training required. Ash just needed to tell Pikachu that he likes Pikachu just the way he is, and he doesn't need to evolve if he doesn't want to. That's all Pikachu had to hear, and now it's time for the rematch. This battle played out much better with both sides landing hits on each other. That is until Pikachu uses agility, and from that moment on, it's all over for Raichu. You see, Lieutenant Surge evolved his Pikachu very early, so it wasn't able to develop its speed and learn moves like agility. Ash's Pikachu lands hit after hit on Raichu, whereas Raichu couldn't even use its electric powers. Lieutenant Surge did deliver some pretty memorable lines during this battle though.
The end of the match. Huh? What What? Unbelievable!
This battle was actually leaning on Ash's side basically the entire time. The Lieutenant Surge vs Ash rematch battle is one where we could really see the true bond that Ash and Pikachu share, and it wouldn't be the last time that these two will go out to overcome a hardship together. This battle gets an 8 out of 10 rating. While your normal playthrough of a Kanto region might have you battling Sabrina as a 6th gym leader, she was actually the 4th one that Ash faced. It's another one-on-one battle as Sabrina sends out Abra and Ash goes with Pikachu. The battle begins and Abra appears to be sleeping as it's not doing anything and Pikachu is confused. Sabrina's eyes glow red and then so does Abra's and they teleport behind Pikachu, dodging an attack. Sabrina then appears to command Abra to evolve mid-battle, turning into Kadabra. Pikachu tries to fill the room with electricity, but Kadabra uses confusion to redirect the attack back at Pikachu and knocks it down. It then uses Psychic and makes Pikachu dance before repeatedly hitting Pikachu against the ceiling and floor. Ash forfeits another battle, making it his 3rd forfeit in 6 battles. It's also of note that Ash's Pikachu's gym battle record is 3-3 up to this point, which is not particularly good for the mascot and Ash's main. Yes, I'm keeping track, and I'll show everyone's win-loss at the end if you're interested in that. I know I am. Anyways, the battle had a clearly stronger Pokemon in Kadabra, and also with Sabrina being fully in sync with it, it just wasn't fair. But unlike the Surge and Brock battles, I felt like this one was a bit more engaging and funner to watch. Call me crazy, but I think I'm rating this one a 6 out of 10. It's time for another rematch, seriously. But at least this time it wasn't in the same episode. Ash challenges Sabrina to a rematch with his new friend Haunter. He is fighting to not only win the Marsh badge, but also to rescue Brock and Misty who are trapped as dolls. Ash declares that he's going to use his Haunter for the battle, but then it is nowhere to be seen. Pikachu then decides to battle Kadabra for himself and to defend Ash's honor. Pikachu goes for a Thunder Shock, but Kadabra uses Teleport once again to dodge it. Kadabra hits Pikachu with a Psybeam and he's knocked out. Okay, I guess he isn't, but what is it with the original series using these eyes even when the Pokemon aren't technically knocked out? It keeps confusing me. Or maybe that's just a Psybeam. Haunter then appears in front of Sabrina and makes her laugh, which according to her dad helped her rediscover the human side of her heart. Kadabra laughs too hard and is unable to battle, allowing Ash to win his 4th badge despite only having actually won a single one thus far. I give this battle a 4 out of 10. Now it's time for Ash to battle against Celadon's own Erika. This battle is going to be Ash's first 3-on-3 battle, so let's see if Ash can finally get his 2nd legit win. Ash decides to lead with a grass type of his own and sends out Bulbasaur, which makes its debut gym battle appearance. Erika then answers with the Blue Spaghetti Pokemon. Bulbasaur attacks with Razor Leaf and then holds Tangela with Vine Whip before getting hit with a Stun Spore and Ash immediately recalls Bulbasaur. Ash contemplates on sending out Primeape but decides to give Charmander its gym battle debut. Erika then sends out her Weepinbell, so I guess in this 3-on-3 format, you have to recall a Pokemon after it scores a knockout. I remember the same thing happened in the Misty battle, but in the Brock battle that didn't happen. Weepinbell goes for Razor Leaf as Charmander responds with Flamethrower, and then a single Skull Bash knocks out Erika's Weepinbell. Erika sends out her Gloom, and then in the same animation it uses Stun Spore to one-shot Charmander. These battles are so ridiculous, it's honestly just hilarious. Pikachu decides to step up for Ash, and Ash is ready to battle. Team Rocket interrupts, and the battle never picks up from there. I don't know why, but I have a lot of gripes with this one. For one, I still don't know what happened to Tangela, and for two, the one-shots in this were beyond ridiculous. I do like that they tried making it a 3-on-3 battle, but only half of the Pokemon were even knocked out. I give this battle a 3 out of 10. Up next, we have my personal favorite gym leader in Kanto. It's Koga. No, not this Koga, this one. No, not this one either, this one. The Poison Gym Leader Ninja guy is ready to battle Ash, and it's gonna be a 2-on-2 battle. Ash sends out Pidgeotto, and Koga uses Venonet, which literally evolves immediately into Venomoth.
What?
Venomoth goes for Stun Spore, which Pidgeotto deflects with Whirlwind before going to sleep with a Sleep Powder. Ash sends out Charmander, and Venomoth immediately goes for another Stun Spore, which Flamethrower is able to cancel out. And Team Rocket interrupts for the 3rd time. They were dressed in cool kabuki clothes though, so hey, that's nice. Koga and Ash resume their battle outside with Ash using Charmander and Koga going with Golbat. Golbat takes the lead with Wing Attack, but Charmander fights back with Ember. Koga commands for a Screech Attack, which does manage to temporarily put a stop to Charmander. Charmander fires off a Flamethrower and it hits Brock, and he gives a great response. Ouch. Flamethrower eventually connects on Golbat, and a follow-up Fire Spin on the Golbat knocks it out, giving Ash the win. I guess Venomoth doesn't matter. All in all, this was a fun, straight-to-the-point battle that had opponents pretty evenly matched. This battle earns an average score of 5 out of 10. Blaine's battle against Ash is another 3-on-3 battle. Blaine leads this one with Ninetales, so Ash responds with Squirtle, which is actually making its gym battle debut here. So, hi Squirtle. Hey Squirtle, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It's free and it really helps me out. Anyways, Blaine goes for a Fire Spin, which Brock says,
Fire Spin is Ninetales' most powerful attack!
Squirtle tries to respond with Water Gun, but the attack is too powerful like Brock said, and Squirtle goes down in one hit. Ash sends out Charizard and Blaine does our first switch that we've seen and sends out Rhydon, who's got a quad effective stab in Rock. Charizard isn't listening to Ash as usual as Rhydon goes for Horn Drill. Charizard flies out of the ring, which gets him called out and therefore loses. So as a last ditch effort, Pikachu goes and runs towards Rhydon as it goes for a Fury attack. Pikachu goes for Thunderbolt, which shows us that Ash doesn't learn from his mistakes. Pikachu then goes for the iconic aim for the horn, and Rhydon gets knocked out with his eyes wide open. After giving Ash and friends another riddle, Blaine sends out his ace in the anime, Magmar. Magmar fires off, gets it, fires off, some fire punches towards Pikachu, but Pikachu does his best job weaving and ducking, and manages to avoid all of the attacks. One eventually does connect, causing Pikachu to fall down, but he immediately gets back up and fires off an attack, which was effortlessly blocked by Magmar. And then he even goes for a Fire Blast too, and the episode ends on a cliffhanger? Assumedly, he fell into the volcano and will have to pick up its ashes some other day. Oh! That's why they call him Ash. Well, it turns out that Pikachu's just hanging off the edge as he barely has any energy left. Ash decides to forfeit again, his 4th time now. It truly reminds me of myself just forfeiting an unwinnable match on Pokemon Showdown. At almost 5 whole minutes of runtime, would you believe me if I told you that this is the longest battle we've seen thus far? This battle was entertaining, and seeing that Blaine won with 2 of his 3 still left, it makes it more realistic than the usual last Pokemon standing on each side kind of thing. I think this one gets a 7 out of 10 for me. As the story usually went in OS, Blaine agrees to do a rematch with Ash in the same episode. This time, however, it's just going to be a one-on-one. Blaine's Magmar versus Ash Ketchum's Charizard. Who will win? Let's find out. It starts off with both Pokemon sending flamethrowers, but they're even. Magmar then fires up a Fire Blast, which Charizard just tank holds it like a boss, and then throws it into the sky, hitting a passing by Pidgey. After doing that amazing feat, Magmar just straight charges him with a Skull Bash without Charizard even trying to move. Charizard almost lands in the lava pit but recovers and flies to safety. Magmar holds onto Charizard and both fall into the lava pit, so I guess we got KFC for dinner. Charizard then goes up with Magmar and hits him with one of the best seismic tosses that we're ever gonna see, winning Ash the battle and earning his 7th gym badge. Nothing to say but a well fought match by Ash and Charizard. This battle had really great animation and was fun because of how evenly matched both Pokemon were up until seismic toss. The element of the volcano also added a lot of tense moments and cheers when Charizard emerged from the lava. I'm giving this battle a 9 out of 10. And for his final gym battle, we get the long-awaited battle against Giovanni, the head of Team Rocket. Well, turns out due to budget cuts, we only got Jessie and James. Jessie got to borrow Pokemon from Team Rocket, and it's gonna be a 3-on-3 with her sending out Machamp, Kingler, and Rhydon. Rhydon, funnily enough, being the only Pokemon that Gym Leader shared in his run through Kanto. Only one is gonna fight at a time, as Squirtle comes out for Ash. Machamp hits Squirtle with a barrage of Karate Chops, and as his Pokemon takes damage, Ash also takes damage too, thanks to Team Rocket messing with the platform. I guess it's implied that Squirtle lost because Ash sends out Bulbasaur and Jessie goes to Kingler. Bulbasaur gets taken out by a single bubble attack, as Ash continues to take massive damage himself. His last Pokemon that he sends out is his Pidgeotto, which has to battle against a Rhydon. Things are not looking good for Ash. Pidgeotto launches a quick attack and then a double edge hitting Rhydon, which ends up inflicting damage to Jessie too. Jessie has had enough and sends out her Arbok and Weezing, which causes Ash to counter with his Pikachu, and it shocks all of Team Rocket's Pokemon at once. The shock was so strong that it caused Machamp, Rhydon, and Kingler to just run away, so I guess that counts as 3 knockouts for Pikachu. Jessie faints too, and we see that Ash's Pokemon weren't knocked out, but I'll count them all as losses besides Pidgeotto. No result for you, since Pikachu picked up the slack. And Ash wins. And as a spectator, this battle made absolutely no sense, and I have no idea how Ash was able to win. Surely the gym leader officials will rule this a no contest, right? Well, the battle itself was okay with not too much happening, and it getting technically interrupted by Team Rocket, even though they were the gym leaders. Honestly, as a spectator though, seeing so many Pokemon on the field at the same time gets an upvote for me, so 6 out of 10. And there you have it, that's all of Ash's gym battles in Kanto. My average for the Kanto gym battles is actually a 4.9, so basically a 5, which probably sums up pretty well how these battles felt like to me, which is just average. Something to consider is that this was not only the first season of the anime, which leads to a lot of establishing things for them to improve on in the future, but it also got to the league in like 60 episodes. For crying out loud, Ash had 2 badges in 7 episodes. He was winning these things left and right, which only reflected on the battles themselves, as they were rushed and he barely actually won any of the battles by himself. Only truly winning against Surge, Koga, Blaine, and Team Rocket. Against Surge and Blaine, it took him a rematch, and against Team Rocket, it doesn't really count since it was an unofficial battle and his Pokemon were getting smoked until Pikachu stepped up. As for his MVP in the Kanto region, well, that goes to Pikachu, who went 8-5 and had by far the most knockouts in his gym battles, as the next closest was Charizard with 3. Pikachu got a big boost against Team Rocket, but regardless he was there for almost every single battle. As for Ash's biggest flop, that was Squirtle and Bulbasaur, who both fought twice and both lost twice. At least they're truly friends through and through. And then there was Pidgeotto, who went 1 and 2, but it could have been 2 and 2 if the battle with Rhydon was a bit longer. Butterfree went 0 and 1 in its only appearance. It was really fun to watch and put together, so if you enjoyed it, a like would really be appreciated, and you can definitely expect to see the Johto Gym Battles coming soon. But as always, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.